Happy Kaiju Live, my month-long celebration of Godzilla. We're at the end of the month, the end of the book series. I've been having a blast, and if you've been reading along too, I know you're having a good time. If you haven't been following along, you got a lot of good stuff to catch up on. But we're on the final issue of Godzilla King of the Monsters, and I tell you, I just want to say this is one of my all-time favorite covers. It might be my favorite cover, tied with Thor 380, the one where he's fighting the world serpent. That one's so cool too. Yeah, between that and this one. But this is one of my absolute favorite covers. It's just so cool, and I just had to nerd out about it for a little bit because this is just like the best. But let's dig into the book. And here we can see all three versions of that really cool cover. We got the black and white essentials on the left. We got the original issue on the right. In the center, we got the reprinted omnibus. And that looks so cool, man. I just love that cover so much. And it looks great in all versions. Black and white, fantastic. The reprint looks stunning, but so does that original. Although the interiors look a little worse for wear, I tell you what. But let's keep rolling. There's always a sick first page splash, and this is no exception, because here we got Godzilla rising out of the water, and we got the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and the Helicarrier all standing at the ready. How cool is that? Man, that's so awesome. So we got a full clash with Godzilla coming right through the city because, you know, after getting knocked down like that, man, he's ticked off and he's ready to just make his way towards the center of town, as BOC likes to say. But I love this with everybody going at him, and Thor just contemplating to himself whether he has the mettle to actually take a foe like this down. And he seems as powerful as the Midgard serpent, but with all the fury, but none of the evil. And we also see Godzilla's got his sights set. And I just love it because the stakes are high. You know what's going on. We got all these heroes clashing. It's as much action as you could want. I love that for all the destruction we see, you know, all the heroes are able to do what they need and get everybody out of the clear. And I like to think that, much like the Hulk's rampages, there's a lot of collateral damage, but no one actually gets hurt. Because after all, this Godzilla is not a villainous one. This one is clearly a good, helpful, benevolent, if not neutral, nature-oriented creature. And as we've seen with his relationship with Rob, who's throwing himself a little temper tantrum here, that, you know, he can be reasoned with, and he can form a connection. And that is what this whole issue is about, is that give peace a chance. And that's all Rob's asking for. Why do you have to torment him? Why do you have to attack him? And I feel him. We get this really cool feat with Thor making the big old gale here to suck up the debris and blow it away to a safer area. We got Iron Man swooping in and rescuing all these people. And I love that we have Jameson just having a freak out. And then we got Godzilla coming up to the Empire State Building, and it really gives you a sense of scale, seeing him just leaning up against it right now. Now, I know we've had quite the escalation in our giant monster movies, and they keep getting bigger and bigger, and now they dwarf the original Godzilla. They dwarf this Godzilla. You know, they are the size of the skyscraper. But I tell you what, this is still such a cool page. That's such a good panel. So much fun. That's the main word that I keep coming to with this series in particular, is fun. You're having a good time reading it. There are a few little I wouldn't say downer moments, but a little sadder, melancholy bits, including the finale. But it's never really sad. If anything, it's just a little bit bittersweet, like when we see the death of Yedigar. You know, that just always makes me sad there. But this is a whole lot of fun. This bit with the boss trying to seduce his secretary is just a little bit ridiculous. And I love that he interprets her scream of Godzilla as a scream against him. But yeah, we got everybody contemplating, like, what can we do? There's nothing we seem to be doing is really helping, but they have no choice. They got to go at him. And look at this double page spread. How cool. You know, you got the heroes knowing they don't stand a chance against this creature that is just beyond their measure. But they're charging him anyway. And it's got maybe not everybody you might think of today, but certainly everybody back then. Like, everybody who's somebody is right there for sure. Very cool. I love that you got the thing just blasting him there. But man, if there was ever a page to do comparisons with, it's this one. So you can see the colors are much more muted and faded in this original issue. But it's still so very cool, and it just feels a little bit more warm and nostalgic, you know, like the vibrant colors of that reprint look so good, but there's something really fun about that original one there too. But still, we also have that in black and white, and that is awesome. You know, if I was sitting by a warm fireplace with some hot cocoa, this one might be the volume I reach for, just the paperback essentials. It's a little bit lighter and easier to hold. Plus, it's just a bit more pulpy feeling. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you smile and feel a little stupid. Like, I just feel like a kid going through this whole book, but and it also takes you back, you know. But so very cool. Herb Trimpe just knocking it out. Definitely having the best time ever drawing that. I have to imagine. And the happiest person in the world is the person who owns the original artwork. But absolutely peak comic books. That is right there. And here we have Gabe escorting Rob, taking him back because, you know, he just did his whole thing, which he got reprimanded for. But he just gives him a good shin kick and runs off because he hates to do it, but he's got to do what he thinks he knows is best, which is just trust Godzilla. Place his trust in him and talk to him, you know. And if you know anything about your kaiju movies, this is definitely more of a Gamera type vibe than it is Godzilla, the relationship with Robert and Godzilla in the Marvel comic series. But I roll with it. It's just a different interpretation of Godzilla, and you know, he's got this rapport with the kid, and I'm here for it. I love how it develops. I love how it's executed. And this ending is just beautiful. And I tell you what, maybe not my first time reading it, maybe not as a kid or a teen, but definitely later in my life and in my last read through, I got a little bit choked up at the end here. Just very bittersweet and making me sad for. If not what could have been, you know, it happened to be that way, but I like how it goes out. And I love that he's just able to reach out and call to Godzilla and calm Godzilla down. And Godzilla seems to have a connection with him. He knows what he's saying. Even if he doesn't know the words, he understands. Especially right here where we see him doing the same motion we saw him do way earlier in the series as Red Ronin, where he just held out his arm and pointed towards the water. You know, point out there. He's pointing out towards the water now, and he's just saying, go, you know. And it's heartbreaking. You know, he's saying, go, get out of here. And You got to be safe, and you can't be safe here. Go to the water. And he just goes. And we get this bit at the end with Spidey swinging in late to the action, but just in time to get a picture, which I love and always interpret as, because of how he describes the picture, that this cover right here, the issue 24 cover, is the picture that he took of Godzilla leaving forever. Because, you know, we yeah, it's just real sad, but it's sweet, and I love it. And I'm just bummed out that I've read through the series again. I've read through it a number of times, but this time especially, in doing recorded videos talking about it, it feels kind of like a true finish, because at least as far as like my recorded opinions on the thing, this is it. This is the finale. There's no more. I guess I could come back and revisit the series again later and do another video, but as of this recording, it feels like the book has truly ended, because even though I might be able to just pick it up again, I don't know, it's just over, and I'm bummed out about it, because I love this book so much. But that's the best thing about having it collected, as I do right here, or having it collected right here, or having it collected right here, is I can go back to it anytime I want and relive all these wonderful memories, and just go through the adventure again. And that's one of my favorite parts about comic books. And I just love it so much. I hope you had a real good time with this and doing Kaiju Lie with me. I know I've been having a blast with it, and it's just been such a delight. And yeah, I ain't got too much more to say, but you know, before I do go, I gotta flip here. I do not have the regular version of the omnibus. I have the direct market, which has the issue 4 cover, which is one of my favorites in the series. That and this one here. But this is the main retail cover for the omnibus, and that's a really cool piece of artwork too. I like that. Jungen Yoon? I hope I'm saying that right. I know I'm not, though. I never do. But very cool looking. Very cool. Man, I had so much fun with Kaiju Lie this year. I hope you did too if you stuck around. We went through the original Marvel comic series. We checked out some really cool kitschy collectibles. Them Transformer crossovers were awesome. Man, but I got so much more down the pike. My regular comic book reviews, including other Kaiju comics, and I got all my Lego junk, and like, man, I need to catch up on Conan. They still haven't dropped issue 21 yet, but I got issue 22. What's going on with distribution? But that should be for another video. Anyhow, I hope to see you for more. Had a blast. We'll talk to you later. Much love.